Hey y'all, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some of the highlights in my recent FSD driving. I want to note up front that 80+% of the driving I've done with FSD 12.5.5 in the Cybertruck has been awesome, and the interventions that I'm showing here are getting a disproportional amount of airtime. This is because honestly, they are some of the most interesting clips to show, and if we're serious about testing the software, I think it's important to show its shortfalls. Doing this also sets expectations to anyone watching this footage looking to get FSD in the near future. While I will be showing some interventions in non-optimal performance today, I want to start on a positive note with some interstate driving. FSD 12.5.5 has been doing a phenomenal job for me on the interstate in both congested and non-congested scenarios. I heard from a commenter on my previous video that he was having some lane centering issues on the interstate with this FSD build. I can report at this point that this has not been an issue for me on the roads that I'm driving. While I have experienced some speed creep on the highway before, it was not an issue on this excursion. It got up to around 5 miles per hour over the speed limit, which in my eyes is acceptable. Merging onto and off the highway was very smooth. However, I did have a fairly abrupt stop on one of these service roads at a red light coming off of the highway. Slightly abrupt stop there. I would have preferred a more gentle stop. I'm not exactly sure what FSD was thinking here, but that stop was just a little too hard. Speaking of stops, I'm finding that this FSD build lingers at stop signs just a little too much. It's almost like there is just an extra beat of time that shouldn't be there. This makes other drivers assume you're being indecisive. You may have noticed this 2 videos ago where FSD and an opposing driver both decided to move at the same time after an awkward pause at a stop sign. In any case, I believe this would be a good thing for the FSD team to address in their next build, since 4-way stops are very common. I am still noticing some FSD speeding on 2-lane highways. I wish there was a way to indicate to FSD that I wanted it to slow down without disengaging FSD with the brake pedal. On roads like this, I'm uncomfortable going 10 miles an hour over the posted speed limit, and every once in a while, I find that it creeps up to that level. Another issue I'm having that is worth mentioning is FSD's jerkiness pulling into parking lots. It's at the point that when I arrive at my destination, I've been disengaging full self-driving instead of letting it be indecisive pulling off the main road. It appears to want to just jerk around a bit in some parking lot entrances, and I hope this gets better. It's going to need to get better if robotaxi is the goal with end-to-end drives, including parking. Speaking of parking, the auto park feature is still performing well, and here is a quick example of that. Alright, I have 2 more clips for y'all. First up is FSD threading the needle on a 2-lane road. I'm impressed with the assertiveness of FSD in this scenario and feel like some drivers would have waited for the opposing lane traffic to be gone. Overall, I'd call this a good job of FSD 12.5.5 understanding the spatial situation. Lastly, I'm going to end with an intervention that I had a few days ago. First of all, I feel like FSD didn't quite start braking soon enough for this encounter. Stop. Okay. And after it did brake, it seemed like it decided to try to pass this 18-wheeler on the right and make a turn. I know this isn't an obvious one, but in this scenario it's clear that a responsible driver would wait behind the big rig in order to give it the turning radius required to swing out and avoid the curb. Like I said, this surely isn't an easy one. FSD would have to recognize the turn signal and that we're contending with an 18-wheeler turning across multiple lanes. An edge case for sure, but worth showing. Overall, I stand by my previous comments on the stellar performance of FSD 12.5.5 in the Cybertruck. It's been a pleasure to play around with it around town and a true stress reliever on highway travel. Having FSD in a truck for long commutes across Texas was one of the major selling points of this vehicle for me, and it is so far living up to expectations. If y'all want to see something special tested with FSD, please leave some suggestions in the comment section below. If you like this video, I'd appreciate your subscription to the channel so my future content shows up in your feed. Until the next time, this is Redbeard Engineered, signing off.